Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we're going to do a review of the Kansept Prickle. Alright guys, so the Kansept Prickle. Now I got this, full disclosure, because I'm trying to stay on top of some of the new stuff. I want to review some of the old stuff because I'm a newer reviewer. I kind of want to get my hands on everything, but I also have to keep my eyes open for the new stuff that's more in everybody's price range, right? The 150 and below. And while this one didn't stand out as much to me, what stands out is Kansept itself. I really truly love Kansept. And so I got this, and this knife kind of wowed me actually. So this is a Micarta. This is probably the least wowing part of the knife. This Micarta is really kind of I'm not a big fan. It just kind of reminds me of more dog food and stuff, and it's like smooth but rough feeling, but not in like a quality way. But this pocket clip is pretty cool. It's this little angular pocket clip in titanium. We have a T6, 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 T8 screw with a little lanyard punch out. That's not a big deal. We got some stainless steel liners here with some barrel spacers going on right here. Let's see if you guys can get a better view of that. And there's some barrel spacers going on right there. This micarta, or dog bone stuff, is relatively chamfered on the sides. It's not really chamfered on the bottom or top, but it feels rounded. It's not sharp. It's not a big deal. As you can see here, this is a front flipper. So without further ado, here's your flip. So this is where this knife kind of steals the show, despite me not liking a stabbier knife. It has this fuller, which is totally for show or weight relief because you cannot access it from the body. When it's closed, there is no access to it. But the action, if you couldn't tell, is super fun because it's super lightweight, but it's super easy to do. I mean, this is probably the best action of any Kansept that I've ever felt. Granted, I've only felt a couple. The Hell X doesn't count because that blade weighs 15,000 pounds. But so we have this drop point style stabby blade. It's almost a clip point at the end or a reverse tanto because it does kind of come even more pointy. So this thing is definitely meant for puncturing tasks. It's narrow and it is kind of stabby. One thing that's really, really cool about this is all this jimping on the spine of the blade, and then you got the chamfered edges going down the spine. So that spine's nice and soft, but you can put your hands here. You can put your thumb there, thumb there, thumb there, and you're locked in, guys. This feels really good. So if you wanted to do a little bit heavier pressure cutting with this guy, it's totally acceptable. So this is a 154 cm blade, and the designer of this knife, which I'm gonna have to look at my notes, Max Tickle. I don't know much about him, guys. It's been a while since I did my notes for this, and then I refreshed before I did the review. And I don't, what's it? Max Tickle. That was it. Max Tickle. So if you guys know anything about him, feel free to educate anybody else who watches this video in the comments below. You know, maybe give me your favorite knife by him if you're actually familiar with what he does. But overall, this is a pretty standard blade with, like I said, a fuller that I wish I could access for a reverse flick, but not a huge deal. And one thing I truly do love is this liner is super light, but it also has scalloping on it, so it's gonna make it really easy and friendly, and just it makes you want to play with it. This is a knife that you kind of want to just pick up and just play with. All right, so there's some milling on the inside here, and there's no milling. Yeah, there is. There is no milling on me. So there's a little bit of milling going all the way through for some weight relief. If I didn't mention, this is on bearings, and like I said, the action is just phenomenal. Let's get you guys some specs. Whoop, whoop. On this little stabbier of a knife here. All right, so the overall weight is coming in right at 3.01 ounces. Right at that 3 ounce mark. It doesn't actually feel that heavy because it is big, it is long, and it just kind of has that presence about it. So you really don't notice how much this weighs. I mean, the balance, it's like holding a 1 pound, shot in your hand. Not shot like drinking, you alcoholics. I'm talking like a 1 pound shot of metal. Or holding a 1 pound stick that is 10 foot long. I mean, one is going to feel way lighter than the other. even though they weigh the same. It's just the weight distribution, and this is kind of falling into that category. So this is slightly longer than 8 inches, but the overall blade length is coming in right at 3.5, and the cutting edge is right at 3.5 as well. So you're getting a lot of blade length on this guy. For a lot of puncture-esque slicey tasks, it's not going to be a super heavy-duty use, but so the overall blade stock thickness is coming in at 117, 120 thousandths. The behind the edge thickness is coming in at right at 18 thousandths. So this thing's going to be ultra freaking slicey, guys. Yeah, 18, 19 thousandths behind the edge. The thickness of the scales coming right in at about a 0.47, so that's pretty standard. And then the overall height coming in at a whopping 820 thousandths. This thing is literally half the height of the Manix 2. I mean, the carry profile on something like this, and honestly, guys, this is the first one that has this profile that I genuinely enjoy. I don't really choose to carry it because it's not my style, but I actually like this one in particular. So here is your Feldspar sandwich. As you can see, the large Feldspar is actually looks a little bit longer, but I think they're the same size, the way that the tip and the scales there. And obviously much larger than your mini Feldspar. Let's get to your rat sandwich. We got a bunch of rats in the house. Rat pack. Here comes your Rat Model 1 and your Rat Model 2. Obviously a little bit shorter than your Rat Model 1, but much longer than your Rat Model 2. Got the rat pack. All right, here is your Civivi Brazen and your Civivi Elementum. The Brazen is coming in, even though it looks like a larger knife, slightly shorter, but not by much. And your Civivi Elementum is coming in at much shorter than that. All right, here is your Spyderco Little Native. Spyderco Little Native has a little bit of length on this guy, but not by much. And sarcasm is a motherfucker. All right, so here is your Spyderco Domino. Domino's coming in a little bit shorter as well. Obviously, Little Native is coming in at much shorter. So let's give you guys a quick recap. We'll give you my overall thoughts. And before I jump into that, full disclosure, if you are a Patreon, I am giving this away. I forgot the date that I'm giving it away. It's towards the end of April. This is going to my Patreons. Right now, there's only 6 of them, so you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning unless you join the Patreons. And you can have a 1 in 7 or 1 in 8. And my Patreons get this every 2 months. I'm giving away a free knife unless something else comes on down the pipeline. And guess what came down the pipeline? This guy right here just won the same exact knife from Metal Complex's Patreon. So I'm a Patreon of Metal Complex. He's the only guy that I'm actually a Patreon of. And he gave away a Kansept Prickle 3 days ago. And I won. So I felt kind of like a dick for taking it, right? But I told him, I go, do you mind if I take it? Ironically, I am giving away another Kansept Prickle in my Patreon. And he laughed and he's like, yeah, dude, take it. It's cool. He's like, that would be awesome. So I didn't really tell you what would be awesome. I am giving a second one away to my Patreon. So I'm giving 2 Kansept Prickles away to my Patreons this month at the end of the month. You can pay as little as $5 a month for the Patreon. If you guys don't know, I will do sales. I haven't done much lately because I'm so bogged down. But I will give pretty good deals on sales there. And I am going to give a giveaway every 2 months based on the value of Patreons that are there. So it's basically like if there's $40 that I'm getting a month in Patreon, I am giving away a $50, $60 knife because it's over the course of 2 months. The rest of it kind of goes into shipping fees and everything else. So just a little, getting back to this. This is a 154 CM blade. This is a drop point that might be considered a clip point with the way this bevel's in right here. And we have some chamfered edges going down here with the fuller that is there for either aesthetics or weight relief or both. Not really a big deal. And then a mile-long landing strip of jimping, and it is fantastic. We'll get some Micarta scales going on here. That's the worst part about this in reality. I'm not a huge fan of these Micarta scales. I think they can do better with their Micarta. And a prime example of who can do better with their Micarta, and I don't care what anybody says, I think the Micarta on the Feldspar is amazing. And this is like a $40 knife, I think. Yeah, I think this is like a $40 knife with a Micarta. And it's amazing. It's a great feeling. And Artisan Cutlery does a great job with their Micarta too. Come on, Kansept. Get with it. Other than that, Micarta's okay. We got a lanyard hole right here, a little bit of milling on the stainless steel liners, and we have a stainless steel liner with some scalloping going on there, which is my favorite type, and this is riding on ball bearings, and it is very fun to play with. This guy's a ton of fun. You can open it over the top. Oh, that's new. Haven't done that before. Not very hard either. So it's just a very fidgety guy. It's a little stabby, but it's really thin behind the edge, and it's going to get a lot done. It almost reminds me, and I hate comparing it to this, it almost reminds me of the CRKT CEO just in profile alone, right? The CEO was kind of like that pen in your pocket. This is a little bit fatter than a pen in your pocket, but I would much rather carry this than the CEO, I think. Yeah. Didn't really talk about the price, though. The price is coming in at $76 at Blade HQ. If you guys go to White Mountain Knives, you guys can pick this up using my promo code EEDCWMK for 10% off. The dude over there, I don't know if he's the guy that owns the place, but his name's Justin. Every time I get a package in, it's from Justin. And Justin, I've talked to via email. He's the one that got my hands on the Wii Saga that I was looking for. He didn't have any in stock. I'm like, hey, dude, is there any way you can get this? And he goes, actually, hold on. And he just posted one online, and I was able to buy it just like that. I was like, that is awesome. Not saying he's going to do that. I'm just saying the customer service and response time and everything that he gives you is fantastic. Blade HQ's coming in second, but White Mountain Knives kill it by a mile, in my opinion. I just love White Mountain Knives. So use that promo code EEDC for 10% off. I get nothing out of it. I don't even get a notification that you used it. I have no idea. It's just I wanted to get that for you guys to use to get 10% off. Corey also has his own code. He's the one that told me about it, so credit to Corey there. That's all I got. This is the Kansept Prickle, guys. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. Kansept Prickle, pretty sweet. Join the Patreon, win one, giving away 2 this month. There's only 6 Patreons right now, so there's a very good chance of winning, and you don't got to do nothing but pay $5 a month. You can get more if you want, but I would rather, I'm going to actually change it to where people can only give $5, because I don't want some people giving more and then some people giving less, but still having the same chance to win. It's just that's not cool. But, so I'm going to change it all to $5 a month here shortly. Join it, learn it, live it, love it, win, whatever. You guys have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comments below and hit the thumbs down button. In case you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon, which will be listed right here. In that Patreon, we're giving bi-monthly giveaways to just the Patreons based on the number of Patreons that we have in the Patreon. We will also be giving discounts on all the knives that I sell based on the number of patrons. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great day.